All right, so I'm going to keep going and I'm going to go ahead and do z-test, which is a type of hypothesis testing. So question 27, consider the following hypothesis. The null hypothesis is the mean equals 7, and the alternative hypothesis is the mean does not equal 7. A test is performed with a sample size of 36, and the sample mean is 2.18, and the population standard deviation is 18. Assume that the population is approximately normal. Calculate the p-value. All right, so what I've started doing down here is I'm going to put everything I have from the problem. So the population mean is equals 7. The sample size equals 36. The sample mean is 2.18. The population standard deviation is 18, and it's approximately normal. Because it has the population standard deviation and it says it's approximately normal, I can use what's called a z-test. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to go to Stat, over to Test, and I'm going to hit Enter. So I'm going to click. Your calculator might be this way. So what you want to do is you want to go over to Stat and hit Enter so it's blinking at you. And then you go down to the population mean, which is 7. Put in the population standard deviation, which is 18. Put in the sample mean, which is 2.18. Put in the sample size of 36. Okay. And this is mean doesn't equal, is less than, or is greater than. This represents the alternative hypothesis. So if I scrolled over, you can change them by scrolling over with the arrow buttons right here and clicking Enter. But because remember, in my alternative right here, it's not equal, I need to hit Enter and make that blink at me. And then I hit Calculate, and then I get, it shows me the alternative test again. The mean doesn't equal 7. It gives me a z-value, which you don't need to worry about, and it gives you a p-value, which is 0.1081. So that is how you get your p-value. So this is the p-value right here. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so consider the following hypothesis. The mean equals 16 for the null, or the alternative is the mean does not, is less than 16. A test is performed with a sample size of 100, and the sample mean is 6.9, and the population standard deviation is 60. Assume that the population is normal and calculate the p-value. Okay, so again, I've got to get my population mean, which is 16. And I'm going to just copy from here. My sample size is 100. My sample mean is 6.9. And why do I do this? It helps me so when I go put it in the calculator, I know where everything is, and it does tell me a really important piece of information. So I'm going to do this, and it's approximately normal. Okay. Again, I have 2 pieces of information that tell me which test I need to run. Because I have the population standard deviation, I can run the z-test. And because it's approximately normal, that means also I can run the z-test. Okay, this is the most important part though for the z-test. That's what you need. All right, so let's put it in our calculator. I'm going to go to Stats, over to Test, and I'm going to hit Enter. So again, I'm going to do the stats, and now the mean is going to be 16. The population standard deviation is 60. The sample mean is 6.9. The sample size is 100. And I'm going to go back, make sure for my alternative, and it's less than 16. Okay, so then I'm going to go down here, and I need to go to this one and hit Enter. Because if you see, it has the less than symbol, and that's going to match what's in your alternative. Okay, and then I go down and hit Calculate, and then I get a p-value of 0.06467. So I'm going to go put this as the p-value is 0.0647 because I rounded up. Because if you look at the difference, because this 6 is next to a 7 and it wants 4 decimal places, I round this up to 7. Okay, so that's how you do that one. Let's see if we have another z-test. No. Okay, so that's how you do the z-test.